Hi everyone, it's the EnglishSimmer here, and if you've been watching my channel for a certain amount of time, you will already bloody know that I love a good survey for The Sims 4. There was a time period, I feel like it was like just before the pandemic, because obviously we have nifty knitting. Sorry, excuse this mountain that I have on the side of my face. Why? Why you gotta do me like that? But we also had some surveys about like gameplay and what we would like to see, and it kind of like surfaced Snowy Escape, and it was a very exciting time in the community because I genuinely felt like as a community as a whole, our voices were actually being listened to, and it's been a hot minute. I miss them. I miss surveys. Sims team, this is my formal request that I would like to see some more surveys. Trust me, I love them. The community loves them. We love them. Bring them back. But this one is very interesting indeed, because a couple of days ago, doing the rounds in the Sims community was a little survey for those people who had yet to buy My Wedding Stories. And I didn't actually have a look at the questions, but I'm assuming they were just like, what would make you buy this pack? And every so often, these surveys will just get pushed out to players who have The Sims 4 installed on their Origin. Most of the time, they're just randomly sent. However, I'm fairly sure Iron Siegel came across this one on his homepage, and this is for the buyers of My Wedding Stories. Obviously, we got an update a couple of days ago saying that we were getting an official fix and laundry list for a few of the problems. I'm not going to say all of them because they definitely weren't all mentioned by name. I've come over this side so you can see the questions, but I wanted to go through this survey with you all and just kind of discover it together. Obviously, I was provided with a free code from the EA Creator Network. However, let's be real, I probably would have been one of the ones to buy this pack because I would have had to buy it if I wanted to do a coverage of it or like a review on it anyway. And also, like, I'm a slut for Sims 4 content. Why did you choose to buy My Wedding Stories? So I'm gonna go into the mind of if I had purchased this pack, why would I have purchased it? And I have played with it, so therefore it makes me a consumer. The wedding planning feature looked fun. I mean, I don't really think we got a look at that in the Sims live stream that they did, but like, I definitely don't think that would have been my most exciting thing. I watched actual gameplay. I like the wedding theme. The build and buy items looked appealing. Create a sim looked appealing. I will say yes to that because I am a fan of the Create a Sim. I wanted to add the pack to my collection, probably that as well. The pack looked different, unique than the others released now. The broader community was talking about it, sim gurus, etc. I don't think that would have made me want to buy it. The reviews seem positive, absolutely not. Friend, family, influencer recommended it. I've not seen anyone recommend it. The wedding ceremony appealed to me. I wanted more diverse cultural content. That would have been a big driving force for me, and also the world. I think the world is really nice, and also the tea set. I think I honestly, not the Tez set, not the EnglishSimmer set. Wow, way to freaking steal something that wasn't initially yours. These were the reasons you bought My Wedding Stories. Which of these was the most important? Diverse cultural content, create a sim, wanted to add the pack to my collection. Ooh, I would probably say diverse cultural content, to be honest. I'm floating all around, but I've decided to put myself up here. I don't know. I never know where I'm going when it comes to these freaking surveys. What new features excited you the most? The theme of the pack. I mean, I basically proved it in my Weddings Better Without My Wedding Stories, but like everything that I felt like I needed when it came to weddings was kind of already there, so the theme genuinely didn't excite me. The wedding planning feature, I mean, I was indifferent to that. Create a sim items, I was somewhat excited because, like I said, I do like the cultural rep, and I actually think the Create Sim is very strong. Yes, there are things that I would have liked more of. Obviously, masculine sims always need more options. The wedding ceremony. You know what? Even though I wasn't like super excited about the theme, I will say when I like saw the trailer and stuff like that, like the wedding ceremony did seem fun. So I was somewhat excited about that. The diverse cultural content, I would probably say I was probably most excited about this, and build and buy items. I mean, I was indifferent. Like, more wedding stuff is nice, but I don't think it's the strongest build and buy mode we've ever seen. Yes, I have, absolutely, and it's made me want to rip my hair out consistently. Thank you very much. Overall, how satisfied? Very dissatisfied, actually. Why? Oh, bloody hell, the list could go on. Let's just can we go a bit bigger? Can we go a bit bigger? Can we go a bit bigger? Can we go a bit I'm taking the piss. Sims team, I'm just joshing with you. I mean, to be fair, I've given my feedback. I gave my feedback through early access. I'm not going to go into like every single bug that I've ever come across in this pack. Like, it's quite literally all been documented on my YouTube channel. I've kind of like summed it up the best way that I can. Gameplay is far too micromanaged, even without the issues and broken activities. Feels as if I constantly have to pause and play the game multiple times during the wedding, just so I can get my Sims to do what I want them to do. There is no drama, no risk feature, and it very much feels like a machinima making pack instead of new gameplay. A lot of the things you can do in the pack are already done better by other features of the game, such as using groups together, and I don't feel like it added a lot of new gameplay to the actual wedding events. All the events feel very similar to one another, and again, nothing really new is added to make these events feel individual or memorable to my Sims or me as a player. The pack absolutely should not have been released in the state that it was, as there were multiple bugs/glitches that really do take so much engagement away from the game, and barely any of the wedding ceremony interactions work the way that they should. I didn't need all that space. I told you! I was just joking. How did the following features in the pack meet your expectations? Didn't meet them, met them, or exceeded. The theme of the pack, I mean, did not meet my expectations. The trailer, honestly, like, the fact that you can't, like, stilt someone at the arch, which I know is very likely a bug, however, wasn't mentioned in the laundry list, which, I do think that and I know trailers are, like, meant to be cinematic, but I really do think it sold something that a lot of players are gonna struggle to recreate, to be honest, so therefore, it doesn't meet my expectations. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that I would have to be the person to choose who to throw the bouquet to. I'll leave it at that. The wedding planning feature, I mean, that kind of did meet my expectations because, I mean, I feel as if this is better. Like, the planning of the actual thing. I love the build up to weddings. That's what I think this pack does well. I like how you can, like, change your outfit, and I like how you can buy or prepare your own wedding cake, and I like being able to buy your own bouquet. I love all of those pre-wedding stuff, and I think it feels awesome in Tartosa, but, like, the actual weddings and, like, all the events tied to them just fall flat on their asses. The wedding ceremony absolutely did not meet my expectations. It's broken. The diverse cultural content, that definitely met my expectations. I do think that they could have maybe done more cultural rep, and I would have definitely been happy with that. And I know this comes with the topic of, like, well, should cultural rep be behind a paywall, but then, like, how much are they going to give for free? That's a thing that I would like to point out specifically in this video. I would have loved it because when we got the Mumbai streetwear kit and when we got Ancient Arrivals, we actually got a little taste of each of those in base game. They actually put in like 1 or 2 outfits that represented that culture into the base game so that even people who didn't purchase those kits could get a little taste and could also feel a little bit included. I would have loved to see that with my wedding stories. I definitely think that was a missed opportunity. Yeah, they gave us like a couple of archers. They gave us a wedding venue in base game, which doesn't actually work. Oh man. So I would have loved to see maybe like 1 or 2 assets that also pulled from the cultural inspiration that was in my wedding stories into base game for those players who maybe couldn't buy the pack. And obviously we ran into a lot of issues. So a lot of people are holding off, which good for you. absolutely do so. Create a sim items, honestly, I'm gonna say met my expectations. I know a lot of people say like I would have preferred more veils. I'm not a traditional kind of gal. I'm not really that fussed about veils, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, it truly met my expectations because on the mask side of things, they barely got anything, but when does a Sims pack ever? Build and buy, honestly, I was expecting a little bit more from build and buy. I don't think it's, I've said it multiple times, but I really don't think it's the strongest build and buy we've ever met. Overall, how well has the pack met? Did not meet my expectations. It's broken. I expected the new gameplay interactions to work. I mean, is that harsh or is that the truth? Overall, how satisfied are you with the following features of the pack? Isn't this just like the same as the last question? I feel like this is a repeated question. I feel like I'm taking an exam. I don't like it. I'm neutral on the theme, to be fair. I'm not the most excited, but like I do think the theming is done quite well in this pack. The wedding planning feature, I mean, again, I'm pretty neutral. I wish it, no, actually dissatisfied because the cake doesn't really save. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. You can't currently like have your people show up in the outfits that you want them to wear. The wedding ceremony, very dissatisfied. The diverse cultural content, satisfied. Create a sim items, satisfied. Build and buy, neutral, meh. I could have put dissatisfied, but like, I don't know what I was expecting really for build and buy mode. Maybe just like, I don't know, more assets. It kind of felt kind of small. And I felt that way about cottage living as well. I feel like they've bulked up the more recent build and buy mode catalogs with like items that they use kind of around the town and like debug items or things that traditionally would have been debug items. Like for that flower cart, like I know technically you could like place a flower cart anywhere, but it feels like it should be a debug item rather than just bulking up the actual catalog, you know? I get why they do it because they don't want everything hidden behind cheats for those people who don't know about debug and stuff like that, but how well do you feel you understand the following features? The theme? I mean, yeah, I understand the theme of weddings well. The wedding planning feature, somewhat, I'm not gonna lie, the cake thing confused me. So actually, I'm gonna put neutral, because I do think that there's some things that I don't understand. Like, for example, why can't you still hire like a bartender and an entertainer through the actual event planning? The wedding ceremony, honestly, not very. I've seen people get confused with sending sims up and down aisles, and I think that kind of depends on like how your aisle is set up. Little tip, but if you quickly go into build mode, if you place down an aisle, the end that has like the love hearts is where your sims will gather. So like that's where they'll walk towards. That's meant to be like the front. The diverse cultural content, I mean, I understand it, yeah. Create a sim assets? I mean, this is weird. This is a weird question. How am I meant to know how I understand build and buy? I mean, they're all very, to be fair, we've seen a lot of them in past packs, so I understand them quite well. Actually, that's just a little cheeky dig at my luxury party stuff. Oh no, actually, and dance floors, because we had dance floors with Get Together. Did you have difficulty finding any of the following features of this pack? No, I didn't find that difficult because I know how to throw events. The wedding ceremony, no, I didn't have difficulty finding that either. The diverse, nope, that was very there. Create some ice, no difficulty in finding any of those. Which of the following scenarios have you played with? I have played engaged in conflict. I have not played with honeymooners, and I also haven't played with power couple yet. Compared to base game weddings, my wedding stories are much better, somewhat better, almost the same, somewhat worse, or much worse. Much worse right now because they're broken. Any other comments you would like to add about this pack? I feel like I've done it. Thanks, Simmer. I should have done a cheeky promo. I should have done a sneaky little link to like my reviews and stuff like that. Imagine. No, because then it's not anonymous. They'd be like, this is actually not the anonymous Simmer. This is very much the English Simmer. She's given herself away. Doxed herself to the company. I mean, to be fair, I have contracts signed with EA, so like, they know me. We're besties. I'm sorry if I didn't bring up anything that you would have liked me to say, but hey, if you own this pack, you can do this survey. If you don't own this pack, you can also do a survey. I will leave links to both of them, the buyers one and also the people who haven't bought it. I'll link them both down below if you want to feel as if maybe you're just shouting into the void and expressing your feelings. Honestly, it helps. This week, I literally went downstairs and I was like, I just want to go yell. I want to drive into like the countryside and I just want to scream. I actually saw someone on TikTok do it and oh my God, I need to feel that. I need to feel that release. I don't know if anyone else is feeling it right now, and I don't think this pack honestly really helped with it that much because I do feel like I was getting stressed. I'm not usually a person to get stressed at video games because I'm just like, it's just a game. Like, I can walk away. I can go live my real life. It's absolutely fine. But when I need to cover it for my job and things don't work, obviously that is aggravating. But even away from The Sims, I genuinely just feel that at the moment. And if you are also going through that, I am sending you so much love. I know it's like a difficult time because like people are acting like the pandemic is over, and me on the other hand like still has to take it quite seriously because of my current living situation, and there's just like all of these things and the world is heavy right now. So I just want to send some love to those of you who might be feeling it right now and know that I'm right there with you, but also we'll get through it. And I am always here. If you just want to like tell me how your day's going, if you just want to have a little catch up in the comments, absolutely feel free. Honestly, I love you all so much. And once again, do keep in mind that we did get some news about the laundry list and some hopeful fixes, which I hate saying this, but like obviously if you are giving this feedback, like do it in a way that's respectful. And I do think that constructive criticism is very much needed when it comes to video games, but like do it in a nice way. You know, we don't need to argue with each other. We also don't need to be name calling. We don't need to be like threatening the devs or anything like that. And I hate that it needs to be said. And I don't really feel like my community would do that, but I do want to address it. So thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope this survey helps and I will speak to you all in my next video. Bye now.